name's Holly. I'm back with another soap making video today. I'm gonna be making black cherry soap. I have my oils all ready to go in my pot here, and then I'm getting ready to pour my lye water in to start the soap making process. As usual, I have on my safety gear, my goggles, my gloves, all that good stuff. Okay, burping the stick blender just to get all the air bubbles out so you're not incorporating them into your batter. And away we go. See how you can see the oil on the top? There's like a white and then more of a translucent. That's how you can tell that you're still emulsifying the oils. And it doesn't take much, maybe about 30 seconds to a minute with the stick blender. For a batch with about 2 pounds of oil, and we're good to go. Okay, so I'm going to be using 3 colors for this soap. I have a cherry color and a what I'm calling like a black cherry color and white. Okay, so now I'm going to be pouring off my batter into 2 other containers. And I don't want a lot. I'm going to do a drop swirl for this soap. So I want it primarily white. And I'm going to do some piping as well, again, on this soap. So I just need a little bit for some drop swirl color. Okay, so this is my cherry color. Oops, that I'm putting in. Apparently I'm also putting it all over my counter. Oh, well, now I'm just making more of a mess. What the heck?
Are you critiquing your past self?
Yes. Now I just smeared it all over the place. That's even better. I bet you that's going to irritate the crap out of someone. I guarantee it, because it's irritating me just looking at it. Oh, well. It gets cleaned up eventually. Spoiler alert. Okay, so this is my blackberry mica. I'm putting it is very purple. A nice deep purple color that I really like. When I made my cherry embeds, I used this as my primary color, and then I added another color to kind of give it that red undertone. And I'll show you that then. Oh, apparently I'm really just loving throwing my colors around. Look, I got my titanium dioxide all over my stick blender.
Not surprised.
Some days you just have to be a messy soaper. Today was my day. Okay, so I have a nice white, light white color that I'm looking for. And this is kind of like, I probably should have used a whisk on this because it's such a tiny amount of batter. And it's kind of hard to see, but it doesn't even cover the blender head. But it worked.
Why do you call it batter, not mixture?
I don't know. Because today I feel like calling it batter. Because it looks like cake batter.
What? I mean, yeah, I guess so. I didn't know. I didn't know if that was like a proper term or a social constructed term.
It's just what it looks like to me. It reminds me of cake. But don't eat it. Because it's soap. Okay, so I think I'm looking for my red color. I'm using, I believe it's red neon from Nurture Soap, and it really puts that nice red undertone in this purple, which sounds weird to say because purple's red and blue. So I think it's the brightness, the neon color that makes it stand out the way it does. You'll see what I mean here in a minute once I mix all this up. See how it's got that nice cherry color to it now, but it's still nice and dark? That's exactly what I was looking for in a black cherry. And somehow that neon red just really makes the perfect color, I think. What do you think?
I'm colorblind.
Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. Leave us a comment down below if you think it's a really nice black cherry color. Sorry. I'm so insensitive.
That's true.
Okay, so...
Yeah, you just put that dirty spatula.
There we go. Red neon, it's called. I think that's what I said before.
I love how not.
There we go. Red neon. And we even got a zoom. Woo! So that's what I put into this blackberry mica to give it that black cherry color. And then into my pink color is just cherry. I bought this off of Amazon. It's cosmetic grade mica. It was the very first mica I bought because it was, you got like 24 colors for, I don't know, 20 bucks, 15 bucks. It was very reasonable for a beginner soaper. Alright, my fragrance is Black Cherry by Candles and Supplies. I've had really good luck with a lot of their fragrances, not having a lot of problems with them. The ones I've tried have behaved really well. Okay, somehow I already got my white a little bit in the mold. Now I'm doing my drop swirl.
You're the one who didn't record it. I don't know.
It was probably one of those my battery died things, and it's all good. You didn't miss anything super important to the process. And look, here I'm pouring some white again, so there you go. Alright, so doing the drop swirl, you just kind of layer, and depending on how high or low, or how fluid or not fluid your batter is, will kind of depend on how deep your swirl will go into the soap. I wanted it to kind of stay a little more towards the top. As you can see, as I progress through putting it on, it kind of is staying towards the top. When you pour each color, you kind of want to pour it where you already poured the other one to kind of make that swirl kind of embed into the soap, if that makes sense. Now I think I'm just going rogue with it. I'm getting crazy with it. Getting crazy with the swirls.
I don't think they're swirls, they're more like...
Well, it doesn't look... Okay, so here's the weird thing. So, it's called a drop swirl because you're dropping the batter from some point in the air into the mold. The swirl happens when you cut the soap. It has a... Yeah, it has like a swirly kind of look to it. There's all different kinds of swirls you can do. This is... I don't do drop swirls very often. I tend to really like in the pot swirls. But...
Why?
It has a more marbled look. This, if you want a drop swirl that is bigger, more defined, this is probably one of the techniques you should employ. A good separation between your colors, very distinct lines. You'll get very distinct lines where your colors are. So if that's the kind of effect that you're looking for, this is definitely a good technique to try. There you go. There's your little pro tip of the day.
Soap making lesson of the day.
Okay, so I'm going to be piping the top of the soap like I said before. So I'm really not doing anything super important other than just getting the last of the batter into the mold. And I scrape the crap out of those suckers. I get every last little bit of soap I can. I even scrape off the spatula. I waste nothing.
Why?
Why waste it?
Samples.
But it's not a sample if it's left in the container.
Yeah, that's fair.
Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. Gosh, I
How
have
do
to
you know
say...
how much drizzle is too much drizzle?
You just eyeball it. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time. Here we go. so satisfying. Okay, so we're gonna swirl the top. No, just kidding. So I don't know what possessed me to do this. I think I just wanted to try it because I had watched a video on somebody doing a Taiwan swirl. And when I first did a Taiwan swirl, I did not do it super tight like this. I did it real wide. So it didn't have the cool effect that this soap is having now. And I'm just literally grazing over the top where I put all the extra little drizzle on. Just to see what it looks like, because I thought it was kind of cool.
Why is it called a Taiwan swirl?
I don't know. It's just a technique. Just like a drop swirl to drop swirl. You know what? I'm not even going to speculate. Maybe I'll figure it out and put it in the little description as to why it's called a Taiwan swirl, if anybody knows. Okay, so I'm going to bring you back for the piping. No, I'm just kidding. Here's my embeds. These are my black cherry embeds, and they're made with the same micas that I did the blackberry color with. They're super cool. Alright. I'll bring you back for the piping here in just a minute. Oh, and I already started the piping. Look at that. Yeah, it looks a little gloopy. I think I probably should have let it sit up a little more, but I get really impatient waiting for this stuff to be ready.
Why do you get so impatient? What do you have to do?
All the things. I have to do all the things. I can't remember. I think I actually made another soap after this. I won't lie. But I honestly don't remember.
So what are the little...
Oh, okay. So, for some reason, I just have this weird desire. Oops.
You did that in the first one, too.
Oopsies. I told you I don't think it's quite set up enough. I mean, I'm still learning. So, learning to get a good consistency. Now, when I piped my peonies for my Milk of the Poppy soap, I mean, I squeezed that bag so hard I thought it was going to bust in half because it got too thick because it took a while to make the darn things. So, I'm still learning. I mean, ultimately, it doesn't affect the soap at the end. It just affects the appearance of what you're going for. And in all honesty, I'm just kind of going for like a food type looking thing. Like fluffy, what's the word I'm looking for? Like icing, maybe.
What is this again? Black cherry
soap.
So why do you want it to look like a food?
I don't know. I have this weird thing where I really just enjoy my soap looking like food. I can't help it. Everybody always says how delicious it looks. Whoops. Oh, well, that's okay. It's going to be covered up anyway. Trying to get this last little bit out of the bag.
You're really trying.
I am. But I succeed. Bloop. See? It's all bloopy. It looks billowy, which was what I was going for, which is why I used a round tip. I probably should specify that. I don't know what size I want to say. Like, it's a big one. That's all I remember. Alright. Squirting it with some 91% rubbing alcohol. And now we're going to put our embeds in, which I actually have this time. And I actually have footage of this time. By the way, this handy dandy little ruler is really awesome for making sure your embeds are placed where you're not going to cut them off, as long as you use it appropriately. I think my problem was I was doing it for the camera. I was a little more backwards than I usually am, so they didn't quite get spaced the way they were supposed to, but I fixed it. Alright, in this container, I made myself some sugar sprinkles, quote unquote. It's basically just sea salt with mica. And you just put it in a little container and give it a shaky and It literally just looks like the little sugar crystals they put on like sugar cookies and those types of things. I think it's so cute. So of course I did it in the same 2 colors. What? You don't think it's cute?
I didn't say that.
Oh, well you gave me the look.
What's that mean?
The look like, oh, it really isn't that cute. I think it looked cute. So I put it on my soap. Alright, so this next one is the same blackberry and neon red infusion. You can see that red really pops underneath that purple. So I'm just sprinkling a little bit on just to make it look like candy sprinkles. I don't know what kind of dessert you would think this would be, or a drink maybe. I don't know. I was just going with it. It worked out. I thought it looked cool.
Great. And you can buy your own stuff.
Fine. I'll just use it all myself. Anyway. And I think let's see. Yep, I think I'm going to put some glitter. There we go. It's like a white, I can't remember. It's a crafter's choice. It's just like an iridescent glitter. I believe it's what it's called. And it just kind of gives it that little sugary shimmer that
Why do you put glitter
needs.
on everything?
I don't put glitter on everything. I put glitter on lots of things, not every single thing. It just so happens that this one needed glitter. It screamed, "Give me glitter." So I gave it the glitter.
Well, now, look, I don't know about you, but I don't want to eat it now that it's covered in glitter.
But it's sugar. It represents sugar. You know how sugar
Then what
has
are the
that
sprinkles for?
glittery... It's extra freaking sugar. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.